Welcome, everyone, to the Golden State, Oakland, California, the home of the Warriors as they prepare for an Eastern Conference opponent right here. We've got an action-packed Saturday night of NBA action for you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Our sideline reporter tonight is David Aldridge. This road trip for the Celtics kicking things off here in this one. They've lost their last 3 games, and guys, they'd like that streak to end tonight here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's how you attack.
Wow, how'd he do that?
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Well, Brad Stevens started his own preseason coaching summit in Boston. This guy is clearly dedicated to his craft. He's dedicated to learning from his peers. He is always watching games from every different angle to try to learn.
Feeds it to Curry. No good that time. Good work defensively by Horford. Irving attacking Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
I'll tell you, that's an assist that shows great sense for where his teammates want to move.
Durant, the pass to Green. Back to Durant. Over Tatum. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Durant's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, boy, it never gets old watching this guy go to work at the offensive end. He's so gifted.
Stolen by McGee. Thompson dishes to Green. Outside Curry. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter.
You know, anticipation is a huge part of defense, and he played it perfectly right there.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of these young guys are going through, and then they help them, right? So they understand, one, nutrition becomes important, so that's part of the conversation. Getting the appropriate rest, right? You can't go burning the candle at both ends, and so much of a rookie's experience or a young guy's experience in the league is shaped by the veterans around them.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Celtics making a change here. Rozier's checked in.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Oh, felt.
Green, the screen. And Steph Curry gets the 3. Curry's got 6.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
Rozier kicks to Tatum. Here's Brown. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key. And the Celtics leadership, very pragmatic. IT and Crowder both beloved in Boston, but they didn't hesitate to move them to get better and younger at the same time.
That's tipped. Now here's Tatum. Guarded by Green. Tatum's shot is off.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well. And thinking about the Celtics' choice to get younger, perhaps a strategic move in response to the super team in Golden State. They want to construct their team to peak in a few years when the
Warriors have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Finished off the break.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Now here's Livingston. He's covered closely. Baines with the block. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Here's Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Celtics lead by 5. Leading by 5. Iguodala up there with West. And there's Livingston. Then there's Nick Young. And it's Pachulia in the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. In the corner, Tatum with it. Trains the three-pointer. Tatum's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Celtics.
And how about last season, Steve Kerr becoming the fastest coach in NBA history to reach the 200-win plateau? This guy has had nothing but success in his first run and already considered one of the elite coaches in the league.
Off the screen. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And not just sustaining the lead, they're adding to it.
Right, and this is precisely what you want to do. Build up the lead and keep the pressure on.
To the inside. Young with the steal. Iguodala with it. He's had some playing time, but...
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. Got a hand on it. And now here comes Iguodala leading the break. And then Iguodala with the dunk.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. Here's Tatum. Knocked away. The shot by Ojale, no good.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
Here's Iguodala. No good off the back of the rim.
You know, he's working on his inside game. But
35 seconds left here in the second. Banked in off the glass.
And this is obviously where you'd like to see a 2-for-1.
Absolutely. You have to execute. No reason why they can't get a couple of chances at scores.
And the officials call a traveling violation. Warriors trail by 5. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Warriors shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. And so he hits the technical free throw. 17 seconds left in the first half. Here's Young. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. On the clock. Unloads from 9. That shot off.
My goodness, get right in his...
And the first half comes to a close. We've got... And at this point, everyone knows just how deadly this Warriors offense can be. So many weapons and all the stars that can just take over a game doors. It really is a matter of pick or poison.
Well, to me, Kev, it's arguably one of the best offenses the NBA has ever seen. Statistically, they have put up numbers on par with any other great team in history. The threes are the sizzle, but to measure this team strictly in that category would be a disservice.
Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Irving and Brown pair at the 1 and the 2. This is the 4 with Horford in the middle. And it's Tatum in the 3 spot. Again, Irving missing.
Boy, with that much space around him, maybe he's better off attacking the basket than settling for the jumper.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Lays it up and banks it in. And now a 9-point Boston lead.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Both from the University of Kentucky have the kind of skill set that I think makes them the prototypical next generation NBA player. Those guys can step away, make three-point opportunities. Both can face up, put it on the deck, and go in either direction. Both can go with their back to the basket. I mean, what a luxury for those
Warriors.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
Yeah, some of their starters had to take an early seat on the bench, and that ruined the rhythm and flow they were trying to establish.
Looking to end the run. Iguodala no good. Boston's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Clock at 6. Outside for Durant. And Green gets it to go.
Yeah, surprised he doesn't have more shot attempts. He's been accurate. You'd think he'd want to take control now with them behind.
Here's Rozier, guarded by Kerr. 16 feet away, and it's Boston with another.
Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
Well, they're certainly connecting on a lot of shots in this second half, generating high percentage looks and really cashing in.
Offensive rebound. The tray hits the three-point bomb. Rozier's got 8 here in the quarter.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And the basket by Curry.
God, he is just so tough to guard. He can fake you one way and then use that beautiful spin to just blow by you.
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. Looking at Toronto, they took the win in their last game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And what really made that outcome a surprise was how lopsided it was.
Guys, there's so many great scorers in our league. It makes it tough to get stops, but somehow they were able to do it consistently in that one.
Well, obviously props to them for playing lockdown defense. They looked flustered throughout the game. Nothing came easy to their opponent. That was well done.
The starters for the Utah Jazz. They've got Ricky Rubio. Favors is out there with Cephalosha. And it's Joe Ingles. And it's Mitchell in at the 2. Anunoby. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Anunoby's got his first 3 points of the game. And it's Rubio penetrating. Favors. Here's Ingles. Drops in the layup for 2. And now teams getting into the middle of the season. The truth is, it's a grind, Doris. You know it. You've covered it. 82 games. In your opinion, is that the right amount in terms of 82 games in the regular season?
I would say to you, it doesn't matter if it's the right amount. I think the reality is this is the business of the NBA. It's been 82 games for as long as I can remember, certainly in my lifetime of fandom, Kevin. So the reality is what we need to do is address the schedule. And you're starting to see that. Shortening the preseason. Stretching out those windows where you're not getting 4 games in 5 nights and the back-to-backs, particularly when there's back-to-back on national television. 82 games is going nowhere from a business standpoint. Let's make those 82 games the best we can by lengthening the season.
6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
For Utah, they've gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. Rubio against Lowry. And the rejection by Valanciunas. They get it back. 4 on the clock. Ingles. No good that time. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Utah, where they beat the Jazz.
Yeah, and in winning that last game, they attacked the basket aggressively. Drew a lot of fouls in that game.
2 things are a product of that. 1, you shoot a ton of freebies. 2, the other team goes deep into its rotation. Neither one of those 2 things is going to work.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Nogueira, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Powell in for Anunoby. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Utah. Rodney Hood comes in for Joe Ingles. Siakam kicks to Lowry. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. This tug-of-war game continues.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
And it's blocked. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Now here's DeRozan. He has 6. Rubio against Lowry. That one doesn't go. Johnson with the defensive effort. And what a terrific fan base for the Raptors. 3rd highest attendance in the league.
Well, visiting players will talk about how loud they get, Kev. And think about it. Even on the road, a lot of the Raptors fans will make their presence felt.
Here's DeRozan. It's going to be 2 free throws. Bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And Hood the bucket on the assist by Burks. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
And Wright kicks to Powell. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Utah out in front, leading by a point. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Pirtle. Norman Powell was out there with Wright. Then there's C.J. Miles. And it's Siakam in at the force. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter.
And another lead change. The fans are really getting their money's worth here tonight.
Well, this is what they pay to see, right? Competitive, close games are simply the best to be involved in.
Wright with it. Now guarded by Hood. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Well, he works to find the open space behind the arc, and it pays off with the 3. Nice.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul.
Mean that. You never know whose time it's going to be.
DA depth is a crucial part of any team's success. And you can rely on your teammates to step up is huge.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Here's Lowry. Here's Ibaka. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Raptors lead by 6.
Well, second chance points can come from extreme effort on the offensive glass. Case in point there.
1:32 left to play in the first half. Buries it from 3-point range. Mitchell's got 10.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
And they're pushing it up. And no good. Good work defensively by Lowry. Toronto leading by 3. And for a Jazz team that had patiently built itself into one of the top teams in the league, how tough is it, Doris, to lose a player like Gordon Hayward?
Well, it's brutal. He was their best.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role. And that night, it was about scoring.
Well, there's no doubt. They were sharp on the offensive end. The bench guys just did a sensational job bringing their A-game.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. .34 seconds left in the first half. That gives them the lead. And now a 3-point Jazz lead.
The defense